My name is Kambale Musavuli. I'm with Data Strategies.
I'm John Pang. I'm Senior Fellow at the Belt and Road Institute Caucus for Asia Pacific.
AI can empower the global south. It depends on how it's going to be used, who's going to control how it's being used. At least for the African continent, in particular where I'm coming from Ghana. And for some reason, it took me back to 1960, right? I started thinking, why was Patrice Lumumba assassinated? He wanted Congo's resources to benefit the Congolese people first, before he benefited anyone else. And at the time, uranium and cobalt were the essential natural resources needed. And as we are speaking now, because we are discussing it from, sometimes from a technical perspective, we don't see the same dynamics play, right?
Yeah.
These digital resources in the same context as well.
But I think your this analogy with cobalt is and uranium is spot on. This is precisely what it means to be a resource. It's deeply political.
Last year, in 2024, when millions were disconnected from the internet because of a subsea cable being cut, and no nation really had a say in that infrastructure. So you had to depend on the owners of these cables to resolve the issue in the Atlantic Ocean. And when they say, well, it's done, and then people were connected, but millions of people were not on the internet. So the question of the infrastructure, the data centers, the fiber optics, the compute, just relating here, understanding the cost of just one on-premise compute machine is quite exorbitant. This is not something that's accessible to all. So how do we stop owning these the infrastructure of AI?
I think the ethics and I'll lump governance in there with it. That's another really serious challenge. As Kambale just said, we will have to look at data as a resource, to manage it, and harness it as a resource that is owned nationally. There's a sovereign resource. But right now, it's all over the place. Our data is going everywhere, despite attempts to protect data. That's merely from a data protection dimension. There's also the ownership of data, which we will need as a resource for our developers. So these things come together. It's just data centers by itself, if you want to look at Malaysia, certainly not enough. We have to bring a kind of spirit of Bandung. The challenge and the opportunity of AI, I think, has some analogy with what we faced there in the sort of moment of decolonization. AI too needs to be decolonized.
这一天，全世界爱好和平的人民都怀着兴奋的心情，注视着万里。
And we will have to come together for this. The technical standards needed, the technologies needed to secure sovereignty, and to really have AI drive development, to use it as to have it become truly a means of production that the people control, that is for all.
这两个巨大的 A 字是亚洲、非洲的缩写，它象征着亚非人民的战斗团结。在万能精神的鼓舞下，被压迫、被奴役的亚非人民，同帝国主义和新老殖民主义进行了坚决的斗争，摧毁着帝国主义殖民统治的旧世界。